The magic of leveraging your time going from one-on-one to group programs is the promised land in terms of scaling your coaching business. But we want to make sure that we maintain the integrity of your programs and the quality of your results and your transformations so that your scale doesn't take your business reputation right off a cliff. So stay tuned, because in this video, I'm going to tell you the 3 most important shifts you need to make to be sure that your business and program are ready to scale into group programs, and what you can do to avoid unhappy clients in the process. Make sure you like and subscribe, because this is the first in our group coaching legally series, and I don't want you to miss a thing. There often comes a point in a coach's career where maybe they're too many steps ahead of their ideal client and they're just not feeling as fulfilled anymore doing one-on-one. Or they've sat in so many one-on-one sessions that they almost know exactly what's going to come out of their client's mouth, what roadblocks they're going to have, and what their most successful clients have in common coming into the program and the experience they have on their way to the transformation that they're seeking. If that's you, it's a signal that it's a great time to consider a group coaching program. You know the common denominator that these clients share, and you likely have a pretty well-defined journey that you're going to take them on. But the riches that are sold to coaches about leveraging their time into group programs can have a really serious downside. Now, if you've ever been in a kind of watered down group program that promised the world but really fell flat, you've likely experienced what we want to stay away from as a coach switching from one-on-one to groups. You see, we don't want to give people the appearance of support they're not actually going to receive. And we want to be cognizant of the fact that in a group setting, there's less of you to go around. And so the human element that helps people get the transformations that you're used to in a one-on-one setting have to change in a group. Now, why are you talking to a business lawyer about what it takes to build a successful group program? The answer to that question is always that unhappy clients are your biggest legal risk in your coaching business. And selling someone a still pretty high ticket group program that they're not getting results in can create a lot of legal drama in your business, particularly around refund requests and scope creep. So in this series about group coaching programs, we're going to address all of the components and what to look for, the pricing and packaging that I'm seeing in upcoming videos. But today I want to talk about the 3 things you should think about when switching to a group model to ensure that you maintain those transformative results and therefore minimize legal drama. We never want a group coaching program to water down your results and therefore ruin your reputation. That will ultimately make it harder for you to sell in the marketplace. So here's the 3 things that I want you to keep an eye out for. Understanding how accountability is going to change in a group program is really key. You know, most one-on-one coaching programs, you have periodic calls and other types of check-ins so that your client knows to continue doing the work even when they're not in the session with you. I had a piano teacher who used to say, the lesson is a dress rehearsal. You practice at home during the week. And it's very similar with one-on-one. We know that when there's a call booked on the calendar, it's more likely that the client is going to keep that as an accountability item. When you go into group programs, it's really easy for clients to kind of hide. They can just skip the calls or not speak up on the calls. And while they're participating, there's really no accountability to help them through those uncomfortable experiences that they may have on the journey to true lasting transformation. Understanding what you can put into your program to ensure that these people don't hide and don't fall off will go a long way towards making sure as many people complete the program in your group as do if they were working with you one-on-one. Now, the second part of this is that unlike a one-on-one setting where everything is confidential between you and your client, in a group, the vulnerabilities they may need to share are going to be with people they do not know. So how can you take steps to ensure that the group is a safe place for people to do the work? That could include things from vetting who comes into the program to begin with, as opposed to selling from a sales page, to creating a set of group rules, even in conjunction with the group itself, to letting your clients know who are coming in, whether the recordings will be used with later cohorts or just otherwise available to people that they don't know, and anything else that is specific to your coaching subject matter that would make sense to protect people's confidentialities to the extent possible. Of course, your clients have to understand that you do not have control over the other people in the group in that regard, but that this is kind of an honor system sort of thing, and they should share to the degree that they're comfortable under the circumstances. Now, the third and perhaps most important one is, if you are going into group coaching, it is highly recommended that you have done a pretty significant amount of one-on-one coaching. And there's a few different reasons for that. Let me start with this one though. When you've worked with a number of one-on-one clients, you will have identified the exact places they get stuck, the reasons why it's difficult for them to go through the program, even if they want to. And most likely, you'll have developed tools to help them through. That is going to be even more important in a group setting where you cannot do the heavy lifting in such close proximity with them as you would in one-on-one in the group. So this could be a matter of having support coaches, guest experts, accountability buddies, even just making sure that you verbalize the fact in advance that you do expect them to encounter difficulties along their journey, but not to withdraw or retreat from the program, but instead to lean in because you do have these resources available. Now, another reason why you'll have have done a lot of one-on-one before doing group is that you'll have established a larger audience as well as more familiarity with the level of detail that is common among your clients that would be suitable for a group coaching program, as opposed to a level of transformation that really would require one-on-one work with you. This again goes to making ethical and not misleading marketing promises, as we've talked about in other videos, to be sure that the right people, namely people who can actually get results in this program in the format that you've created it, are the ones coming in. So I hope this gives you some food for thought as you're structuring your program, because the program structure will help you maintain those results and your happy clients, therefore minimizing payment drama and client dramas and refund requests, and avoiding what I call the nightmare client trifecta, which is somebody who comes in, who is complaining, who's not getting results, who's kind of poisoning the well with your other clients, who you go above and beyond for, and who still ends up requesting a refund. We want to avoid that. So thinking through these 3 points will definitely help you do that. I hope this video was a helpful one for you. Like and subscribe to let the world know. Put your questions in the comments if you have any about your specific ideas for hitting these 3 points. And I'll see you in the next video where we're going to talk about the pricing and packaging that I'm seeing in group coaching programs in 2025, 2026, and beyond.